Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes.
Do you think that worked?
Of faith and courage and vulnerability to come to the real raw and like, hey, what's happening here? Well, we're about to find out. Gina, who we got?
We have, this man is seen on HBO, Amazon Prime. He's a Brazilian-born actor and producer, singer, here to inspire and spread love in the world. Super Bowl commercials is like one of his things he's best known for. Mr. Lucas Lockwood is here with us today. Welcome, Lucas Lockwood.
Thank you, guys.
Hello,
Thank you
Lucas.
so much for having me.
Yeah, Lucas, thanks for being here, man. And how is your fun Friday going so far?
So far, it's been eventful and exciting.
Yes, my level 5 listening tells me it has not been without its challenges today, Lucas. Am I hearing you correctly?
Say that one more time.
I said my level 5 listening tells me that it may have been slightly challenging at some points today and adventurous.
Adventurous in a positive way. Adventurous in coming into an unknown territory that is going to bring great fruits. So that's awesome. the excitement of today.
What is your fun fact today, Lucas?
Fun fact that today I'm one day closer to becoming a superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's a fun fact for today.
Himself comes to the screen.
What? Say that one more time.
Sean, I've never seen you come with your what's with the spiky hair today? Are we is this a new week? What's happening?
Am I on camera?
You are on
camera.
You
are. Now you are.
That is amazing and bizarre. Okay. So we are cleaning that up as my fun fact, Bella.
That was amazing. As I was introducing you as Batman, the first time ever for spiky hair.
That is amazing. Lucas, what superhero are you going to be?
It's unknown yet. They don't really mention anything until the day comes, and so I'm just super excited. Say it one more time.
What is your favorite Marvel superhero?
My favorite superhero is Captain America, but the superhero that I enjoy most is the Scarlet Witch.
Nice.
Yes. Yes. She is. she's powerful, strong, determined, and driven by love, and a lot similar to Captain America. But that would be one of my picks.
That might sound like something like you.
I know. If Marvel can come up with a character that is mixture of them both together, then I'm like, yes, I am here.
Amazing. All right, Lucas.
Yes.
So who else we have, Gina?
We have Alex Devereaux, 32-year career of business consulting, high-performance clients, developed the Devereaux method. He launched and managed 3 successful businesses. He's here with us today. It looks like he's in Sedona, but he's not right now, but it is absolutely beautiful background. Welcome, Alex Devereaux.
Alex, where are you coming from today, man?
Well, thank you very much, Gina, and hi. Yes, I'm coming from the Phoenix Scottsdale area.
Nice.
So I'm in Arizona. This picture is in Arizona too. So,
are you in sight of Camelback Mountain?
Yes, pretty close. Yes, absolutely.
Nice. So we'll get back to a Camelback Mountain fun fact in a moment. But Alex, what's your fun fact?
My fun fact is, being on this show. It's sort of impromptu. Lorelei was kind enough. I met her in a networking meeting, and she said, "Hey, could you be available, this morning?" And I said, "Wow, opportunity to connect. I'm unfamiliar with Unblinked, so I'm really looking forward to learning, or Blinded, I should say, Unblinded, and I'm looking forward to getting a better understanding of the process and of course what you're doing here. And based on the montage." The footage that I saw in the beginning, I think is great. So I'm excited.
We just cropped in.
Pardon me?
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations, Alex. Thank you. We just cropped in Jack Canfield, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Jay Abraham. Have no idea who those dudes are, but don't tell them. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Your secret is safe with me. Yeah, I met some of them personally, so yes.
Yeah. So we'll come back to that for fun in a second. No, Jack Canfield is actually a member of our program. Okay. Tony Robbins, I've spoken on stage 11 times, and Jay Abraham spoke at our initial immersion events, and we've done a whole bunch of things with Jay. In fact, Jay Abraham sat in your very same seat as on the Real Raw, and Les Brown is on the Real Raw as well. Les Brown was actually our second guest on the show.
That's fantastic. I've met Les. He actually walked into a training that I had in New York City, off the street. We were just out, we had a break, and so folks were talking outside, so we're in the Fifth Avenue area. And so he was walking by, we started to say, "Hey, what's going on? What are you guys doing?" And they told him what we were doing. And he literally went upstairs and came into the room and talked to folks. I mean, just impromptu. So really cool experience to have, and we were doing some training on, I think it was like sales training or something like sales technique, and he just came in. No, it's personal leadership. We're talking about personal leadership. He came in and he just was great.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.
Appreciate being invited.
Yeah. So Gina, we got some judges. What we got?
We have this incredible super lawyer from New Jersey edition. The law office of Abisha Parikh is her own firm, top Indian-owned immigration firm in the U.S. She is an immigration lawyer. She's here with us today. Welcome, Abisha Parikh.
Thank you, Gina.
Yeah. And it's Abisha?
Abisha, yes.
Yeah, hey, Abisha, how are you?
Good, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. What part of New Jersey are you from?
My office is in Woodbridge, so central Jersey.
No way. How far are you from the Woodbridge Center Mall?
10 minutes.
Nice.
I'm right on Oak Tree, like the heart of where like Little India is.
Yeah. I started at Wilentz, Goldman & Spitzer. I was there for 6 months before leaving and starting my own firm way back in the day, and lived on 90 Woodbridge Center Drive.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's like literally like down the street from here.
Amazing. Is the TGI Fridays still offer? Because this is like the gourmet dining that I
think it is, yeah.
Absolutely. Feel free to do not make fun of my dining habits, please. Thank you very much. So Abisha, what is your fun fact?
Fun fact. I've swam in all 5 oceans of the world.
No way.
Oh.
Cool.
And which one was the coldest? Teehee.
Definitely the Arctic near Iceland. So that was quite cold.
Whoa.
That is amazing. Abisha sounds like she is ready for the next Unblinded event.
I think she is. I think she is.
Abisha, welcome to the party. By the way, my fun fact I didn't get to Alex on Camelback Mountain is that I was coaching a club baseball team. This is 8-9 years ago. And I took them, Alex, in the middle of August, hiking up Camelback Mountain. And on the way up, we ran out of water and it was 108 degrees just in Fahrenheit temperature.
Wow.
Not index, like literally 108 degrees.
Right, 108 degrees.
But thank God we made it because Camelback Mountain, this should be too bad. And it was for real. And definitely interesting to get to the top of Camelback at 108 degrees with no water for the way down. So I think,
kudos to you and your team for making it without being dehydrated.
Yeah, we were dead, I think. So I was definitely, the parents were not pleased with me, but we made it home alive.
Wow. Well, that's great.
That's great. Abisha, thank you for being here. Alex, again, awesome. Gina, Abisha.
Oh man, we have this Lifetime Achievement awarded America's Top 100 Attorney, member of Multi-Million-Dollar Advocate Forum, attorney rating of 10 as a superb lawyer, featured in magazines, news networks, member of the U.S. Supreme Bar Court, and more, and so on. Host of the Radio Law Talk Show, Mr. Frederick Penny is here with us today. His firm has 17 offices, and we are so glad you're here. Welcome, Fred Penny. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Hey, Sean, how are you?
Hey, Fred. Frederick. Do you prefer Fred or Frederick?
Defense counsel, it has to be Frederick. Friends, Fred. So you can all call me Fred.
All right. So what do you do? What do you do when defense counsel, you say, hey, is it Frederick or Fred? You go, well, for defense counsel, it's Frederick. And they go, okay, Fred. What happens?
You know what's interesting? Yeah, they do that. Actually, I'll be interesting. I still think I'm a new lawyer. My firm has been going on, I think we're almost 30 years now. So
Yeah.
Penny & Associates is a California law firm. And then we have Penny, Galbraith, Elder, Brannon, that's in 45 states. That's our national firm. But I showed up to a deposition in San Francisco. I don't practice as much. I practice, but I'm not in court. My partners are all the trial lawyers. I fly all over the country. But I showed up to a deposition in San Francisco, and there was 4 lawyers there, and they literally looked at me, and this is not a brag, but it was an interesting thing for me. From my perspective was, they went, Mr. Penny's here? They were shocked. Like, we've never met you. And I'm going, I'm just the dude that's the new guy, but I guess that's been in practice 30 years. So it's interesting to have them look at me as a little more seasoned. I guess I'm going to call myself seasoned instead of an old dude. But yeah, it's a different perspective. Let me tell you what, I'm going to give a little tidbit. What was the question you asked, Sean? Tell us your what's the question you asked?
Your fun fact.
Fun fact.
Yes.
The fun fact is, ready for this? I have 4 boys, 2 lawyers, an NFL player, and 1 getting his MBA right now. I remind all 4 of them that they're not half as smart as I am. All combined, all 4 of them combined aren't half as smart as me. And I remind them of that, especially the 2 lawyers that work at our firm, and I remind them, but they don't listen. They don't listen.
I like this dude. I
can tell.
I like this dude. So I'm just going to go for it right now.
Yes.
So I have a $250,000 bet for charity that I cannot be out-influenced on a neutral set of facts. I think you would be an amazingly worthy opponent. I'm not going to put you on the spot here, but I would love to have a conversation about it, because that could be the launch of our TV show. So if you are up, because you're awesome. I get it, like clearly straight up. So I've broken all kinds of sales records on stage.
Right.
I have all kinds of crazy stuff, and I get your level of influence mastery. And so I would love to talk more about it. And Ed, I love your energy. I love your certainty.
I'm a half court low, Sean. I'm a half court low. A half court lawyer, so I remind people of that, a couple of screws missing, but you got to do that to be a practice of law. So
Yeah.
but I'm okay with that.
So how about, can I drop a fun fact and see?
Fun fact.
So 2014 and 16, between 2014 and 16, I'm one of only 2 attorneys in the country that were in the top 100 national and jury verdicts twice. 33 million, 27 million. In both cases, had a $0 offer and got 8-figure punitive damage awards in both business cases.
Wow.
So that's not bad, right, Fred?
Yeah, we got some big ones going. We got one against Lyft right now. We're in the $25 million range, and I'll tell you, but we're getting close. The problem is getting trials out of California and other states. We're having a difficult time getting trials. We're backed up on trials, but they're all going to hit us at once. But I could talk forever. Don't get me started. I want to hear about the other lawyers, Mark, and you don't want to talk to me because this is 5-hour discussion.
Yeah, what you represent though is what we teach.
Right.
You represent business ownership as an attorney. I have a 125 person firm myself. You have offices all over the country. It's extraordinary. Right. Very few people ever reach a level in any professional service that they are a business owner, not operator. You are.
Right.
And congratulations. And that's a very unique distinction. And we teach all sorts of unique dynamics around business.
Right.
It's awesome. So it's really a pleasure to have you here, and congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Gina, who we got to roll with Fred and Adisha?
We have Kumar Maheshwari. He's a patent attorney and general counsel advisor. He enjoys helping general counsel and entrepreneurs achieve excellent results. He's here with us today. Mr. Kumar Maheshwari, welcome to The Real Raw.
Thank you, Gina, for the introduction. Appreciate it. And I got to follow Fred. You got to be kidding me.
Better you than me.
Yeah. We're having fun right now. We're off time schedule a bit. Forgive me. But this is awesome for who's here because you just demonstrated the exact point of the show. My life changed when this happened. My life changed when I was in the Tony Robbins world. I built the law firm. I had the top jury verdicts, the whole thing. But I talked about integrity-based human influence and what we teach. And people are like, oh, you're like a sales trainer. You're like a sales coach. I'm like, no, it's different. But how do you describe that? How do you manifest that? And I got invited to an event. This is in 2018, where they were incubating a company and a guy that told how to tell a winning story from Tony Robbins stage. Somebody who was partners with Bill Gross, the most successful entrepreneur in history, 7 0 to $1 billion companies. And there was 20 other amazing entrepreneurs in the room. And they did an influence off. And at the end of it, the guy that was running it, who told how to tell a winning story, and he was the man, he was P. Diddy and J-Lo's manager, said, I never lose. I crush everyone. But at the end, I'll teach you a little something, and you go up against me. And in that minute, 1, I knew my life was going to change. And 2, I knew how everything could happen to build and grow an influence in business scaling business. Because if you demonstrate that superpower of influence and you score it, you turn influence into a competitive sport. Not just talking, not just whatevering. And that's why I bet Grant Cardone $250,000. My phone has been not ringing. Who can out-influence who on a neutral set of facts. And we're going to gamify this. And this is, by the way, the 272nd episode of The Real Raw. We've run personally over 500 that other people on our team have run since the beginning of COVID. So Kumar, like, what if you end up, and this is not like creating tension dynamics with Fred or anything, but what if you take somebody, we'll call it Miss X, Mr. X, who tells you that, yeah, like you're just some dude, and you end up out-influencing them on a neutral set of facts with their reputation, all the stuff. Let's say you do that to me. Now, all of a sudden, you get to run around saying, wait a minute, I don't need to do all these things. I actually have that skill set and ability, no different than boxing, no different than the UFC, no different than the 100-meter dash, and all of the things. And by the way, at the end of that thing, I won unanimously. That 20-person influence off put me on a Tony Robbins stage. It wasn't the prize, but it just, the dynamics where he told them, like, hey, this guy beat me. And the rest has been...
That's huge. I mean, meeting Grant Cardone and influence is remarkable. I've read his books, 10X and all kinds of other stuff. So yeah, no, that is awesome, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, so that...
And I guess anything's possible, right?
Yeah, and so it's like Rocky and Apollo Creed, right? If you get it in the ring and get in the arena, that's what's possible. So Kumar, you're amazing. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. We're grateful for you being here. And we always talk about nobody is better than, nobody is less than. We just have skill sets. Clearly, you have awesome skills. So tell us, brother, what is your fun fact?
My fun fact was going to be something that I think Alex said, being on the show, but I guess I'll change that to I've eaten dinner at Bill Gates' house. It was a while ago, but that's when he was still working at Microsoft.
That's amazing. How did you end up at Bill Gates' house?
I happened to be working at Microsoft. I was an intern there, and he invites the senior interns for dinner. So it was me and my 500 friends.
You have 100 friends. 500 of your closest friends.
Come on.
There you go.
How would you describe Bill Gates' home?
It wasn't as large as you would think it would be. It was a $77 million property. Obviously, the stuff you've seen on Cribs is like way bigger and whatever, right? It's kind of like a little mountain on one side and then just the lake on the other side, right? Not as opulent as it could be, given who he was at that time, right? He was the richest man at that time, and it's just remarkable. But one thing I'll say is Bill is clearly cutthroat. I mean, he just gets to the point. This is what he wants to do. If he wants to go after someone, he goes after someone. There's no holding back, and he speaks his mind and clearly does what he wants to do. So.
We call that mastery in confronting, and I am not confused about that. So Kumar, most importantly, because I don't eat a lot of like diverse food, I'm very simple. I'm a pizza and burgers guy. How would I have done with the food at Bill Gates' party?
I can't even remember the food. I just think it was normal food. I mean, when you're in Bill Gates' presence, you're not looking at the food, right? You're trying to listen to what he's trying to say, and he's always going on, and he's got a little bit of a nasal voice, and he goes on about software and his nasal voice, and I don't even remember. I think you would have been fine. I figure it's just normal American food.
Awesome. Well, Kumar, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now we have the sales sorceress.
We have one more, Sean. We got one more judge.
We have 6 on Friday. Yes, please.
Mr. Mark Okinyansky is here with us today. He's like plaintiff, personal injury and litigation attorney, business litigation, real estate, and a California real estate broker. And his favorite thing is to hang out with his wife and his 2 young girls and practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Welcome, Mark, to the party.
Thanks, Gina. Glad to be here.
Mark, the ultimate fighting form. And see, Mark would understand what I'm talking about. Because at one point, Mark, didn't they question, is it karate? Is it sumo? Is it taekwondo? Like, what's the deal? And along came the Gracies on the stage of UFC. Did they not?
They did, and they dominated.
They sure did. And so
they still do.
That's what this show is all about, right? Like, what's the truth? And you can have all the debates in the world, but then you get down to it. So, Mark, that's super cool. And how old are your daughters?
2 and 5.
Nice. And how long do you have a background in the martial arts?
I've done martial arts on and off in my whole life. I've done a lot of Krav Maga, just as a self-defense. That could be my fun fact. It started out because I was working on the west side in LA, and I lived in San Fernando Valley. So anyone who knows LA knows that that's like a 2-hour commute, even though it's only like 10 miles or something. So instead of coming home this is when I was like 22. Well, instead of coming home, I would go to Krav Maga and spend like 3 hours there and just wait out the traffic and train and then come home. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, it's an honor and privilege to have you here. Congratulations on being an awesome dad and having daughters rocking it on the mats, and all the best.
Well, when you work as many hours as we do, it's spending time with family it becomes all that more important.
Yeah, and not to like drop in on because I feel old now by saying this. My daughter had her final play in high school last night, and I cannot believe, like, people said it to me, because I still feel, as Fred was saying, like, I just started. I opened my own firm 6 months out of law school. I cannot believe I've been practicing law for 24 years, and my daughter in graduating high school, I have 2 kids in college. Like, I swear to God, people said it. It feels like 5 minutes ago, and I didn't miss anything. I made all the games, all the plays, all the stuff, and it still flies by. So congratulations on having the time with your kids and a beautiful track ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gina, we got the sales sorceress who began selling not tots, but crafts as a tot on her front lawn, and then went on to be a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing, eventually became not number 2, not number 3 for sure, but the number 1 business broker in the state of Nevada. And now is the chief sales sorceress at Align Sales, working with companies to build, grow, scale with amazing human beings that are heart-centered warriors. Belle Verita, we are grateful for you and your amazingness, the future leader of speaking, I think, in the free world. But Bella, what's happening?
Thank you, Sean Callaghy. I am excited to be here today. And my fun fact is My groomer was late, and so at some point during the show, I'm gonna have to excuse myself to go get my dog at the door. So there is gonna be a real live interruption. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna have to step away and pay the groomer and get my dog. So there's my fun fact for the day.
Beautiful fun fact, Bella. Thank you for everything that you do. Gina Ricci, thank you for launching us. You're extraordinary in your leadership. The things that are happening here do not happen without you. We love you. Happy Fun Friday, Gina.
Oh, thank you, Sean. Thank you for creating this crazy fun multiverse and the Real Raw, this show designed to bring together heart-centered, integrous, growth-minded leaders to cause a more integrous world through integrous leadership, Sean. And honestly, Sean, I'm just one last thing I just want to say, like I know you've raised like $1.2 million, I think, in the last 2 weeks for charity. And there is no one that leads with more heart and integrity and has better influence that I've ever seen in the world than you. So thank you for all you do. Welcome to the party, everyone. Enjoy.
Love you, Gina. Have a great day.
Welcome to the party. I learned about some new Zoom filters where I can put like party hats on and stuff on Zoom. Is that allowed on Fun Friday, Sean?
I leave all the fun to you.
I could be like a rabbit today in the role play.
That would be amazing. So Bella, whatever you want to do, hit it. You're in control of that. Along with the Unblinded tech team, let Bella roll with it. Bella, who's going first?
Let's go with Alex.
Alex, who would you like Bella Verita to be? She will step into any identity you like. This is all about going from hello to yes, but not Alex like Boiler Room or Wolf of Wall Street, but instead integrous, heart-centered influence, opening listening, building rapport, making things accelerate and go forward. So who would you like Bella Verita to be? What is an important yes that you would be seeking in the world?
Important yes would probably be acceptance of my new book.
Beautiful. So who you want Bella to be, a publisher or a distributor?
Well, I have a publisher, but basically it would be probably a distributor.
Very cool. All right, Bella Verita, you ready to distribute some books?
I am ready to distribute some books.
Let's do it. Take us in, Bella.
Wow.
Hello, Alex.
Hello, Bella. How are you today?
I am excellent. How about yourself?
Very well, thank you. Very well.
What can I help you with?
Well, Bella, I'd like to understand a little more about your business and of course, what are some of the objectives that you have that are important for you? Because obviously the reason we're talking today is that I have a product that I'd like for you to distribute for me. And so I want to get a better understanding of, how, what is your criteria for selection?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would love to learn a little bit more, about you, about your book. The important things for us are, what is the content of the book? Who is the audience for the book? And do you have a current audience? So as a publisher and a distributor, to know that if you already have a following or community that you're connected with that could kick off the distributions of the book definitely helps. So, what can you tell me about yourself?
Right. Well, basically, I've spent a number of years consulting, over 30 years, consulting from what I consider the ground up. And that is, I started small, someone on the verge of bankruptcy and having them turn their business around before, someone hit the gavel and say, you're out of business and so from that, I've been able to develop concepts that enable me to very effectively address unique challenges that clients have had in a variety of different industries. And so throughout my process, I've developed a way to very quickly be able to identify unique issues within that whole revenue generation cycle, from initially in terms of addressing sales and marketing challenges with respect to maximizing revenue, looking at operational activities where I can optimize the engagement, throughout that sales cycle. And then of course, on the distribution end, being able to effectively manage fulfillment, and distribution in a variety of different verticals. And so I've developed a way for me to more effectively be able to speak to all of those different areas with respect to people, with respect to the process, different processes, and then also with respect to performance. and tying all this together. I address issues with management team, look at the way in which they handle their sales and operation, planning strategically, as well as the financial side in terms of addressing things what we call throughput. And then also look at the business cycle, the strategic business model in terms of how they're going to bring all these elements together with respect to the performance target goal. And because one of the big challenges management teams have is execution.
Real quick, we have a quick call you have to take. It's Grant Cardone. He's hiding and he's like, I don't know what to do about this integrity-based human influence thing. I'm trying to teach everybody to pitch, hook, close, take, and these people are taking over the world. Help me, Bella. So you got a phone call.
I gotta run, Alex. I will be right back. Excuse me just a moment.
You got it. Okay. So what do I do in the meantime?
You just pause for now. Awesome job, Alex. So we're out of roll.
Okay. All right.
Excellent job, my friend. Lucas.
And Sean, just so you know, your slidey thing on your camera, you keep trying to slide it. It's not there. I think it's like broken or something. So if you're trying to slide it open and closed, it's not working. It hasn't worked all week. Yeah. So just so you know.
Oh, thank you, Bella. Yeah. So let's go. Lucas, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Who would you like Bella to be?
So Bella, if you can please be for me one of the top acting agencies in Hollywood right now.
Okay.
And I want to talk to you about potentially coming into the agency or selecting you as my agent and the partnership.
Okay.
Nice. All right, Bella, take us in.
Hello, Lucas. This is Bella.
Hey, Bella, how's it going? It's Lucas Lockwood. How's your day going so far?
My day is going fantastic. How about you?
So far, it's been phenomenal. I just had my coffee, so I'm feeling super good.
Fantastic. What is your coffee of choice?
My coffee of choice?
Latte, caramel, triple backflip with skim milk.
Whatever will punch me in the face is usually what I go for. But I try to stick with the non so much sugary, more of the just straight black coffee to give me my energy and keep me slim for all my roles that I'm getting ready to get started.
Gotcha.
So I wanted to, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time. And I don't want to take too much of your time, but I just want to say thank you, first of all. And I just wanted to connect with you and kind of find ways that we can build our partnership where I can support your agency and what you're doing. And in reverse, you can also help me get into the rooms that I myself cannot get into. So I'd love to get to know what kind of things you're interested from the actor's perspective to bring to the table to join the agency that you're in, which is one of the most phenomenal agencies that I know as of right now.
Well, thank you for that recognition. Appreciate that. And yes, I would say, for us, we're looking for, unique talent, not things that, everybody else does. And, so tell me a little bit about, are there, have you found yourself where you kind of fit into a particular role, or have you, because sometimes I'm really good at comedy, I'm really good at rom-com, I'm, action. Have you found yourself like fitting into a certain spot, or do you feel like you're, quite diverse? And what can you tell me about that?
So thank you for that. And being that I was born in Brazil, but I grew up in America, and I speak 3 fluent languages. I speak Portuguese, Spanish, and English. I have martial arts training. I have combat training. I sing, dance, act, and do a bunch of other crazy stuff. I'm pretty diverse, but at the same time, I find that with my stature, my size, and my abilities, I find that I tend to go more towards the combat, the adventures, the superhero, more towards that genre. Even though I'm funny and I can play really funny, that's usually the route that I go to. Recently, in the past couple of months, I've been booking a lot of action films where I'm a superhero. I'm the agent. I am the army guy. I am the captain. And I'm finding that a lot of fitness brands, they're hiring me for commercial to showcase clothing, activewear, shoe lines, and stuff like that. And so that's been my niche lately. And so I would love to know if that's something that you guys are looking for or interested in working with, because I know that agencies take my 10%. And I have to do 90%. So I'm doing the 90, and I'm gonna keep pushing for the 90. And I'd just love to know if that 10% is something that you guys are willing to work with me.
Yeah, I definitely think that is something we could work with. I'll be interested to see, what it is that you're looking for in an agency. But I think Tom Cruise is calling on the other line. So if you give me just a moment, and I'll be right back.
Tell Lucas Lockwood says, hey.
Okay, well, yeah.
Take care. Be safe. God bless.
Lucas, excellent job, man. How'd that feel for you?
Oh, great.
No, you having some fun?
I'm having some fun.
All right. Awesome. So let's hit it with the judges, and we're going to go like bifurcate the judges and give some feedback to each of these amazing participants. Bella Verita is not only the sales sorceress, but she's also the goddess, the princess, the queen of integrity. So she'll hit us with and your score is at the 30-second mark. Let's begin this with Abisha. Please, what do you have for Alex? 30 seconds on what could be optimized, what worked well, and a score on a scale of 1 to 10, please.
You used your personal experience to connect to the book. I think that's really important in any sales pitch. I also really liked that you were kind of explaining how it could be useful for different types of people, but what I would have focused on is opening with that target audience, kind of setting up, if you are so and so and so, this book could be useful for you, or exactly kind of nailing down who that target audience could be. Also, you opened with a question for the distributor, but I would have probably opened with and your score is kind of grab their attention first.
And your score is?
Is it out of 10? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
8.
Nice. Excellent. And Fred, what did you have for Alex?
Now, the first thing business people look at is, do I want to do business with that person? Love your personality. You're a person I want to hang out with. A critical point, when you walk in and talk to someone, when you talk to Bella, you tell her about her business. Bella, I looked you up because your business is XYZ. I love your business. Penny and Associates, I love Fred Penny because that's why I want to work with you. That's what you need to do. I gave you a 7.
Nice. All right. And Fred, what would you say is the biggest thing that you would teach trial lawyers across America about how to be more effective in front of a jury?
Easy storytelling. People don't realize, I still remember, I think it was my second or third trial. I beat this guy that was a lot better trial lawyer than I was. Yeah. But the jury afterwards, you do what's called polling the jury, and the jury talks to you. And the jury basically said, the other guy, you're so smart, we don't get it. And I was the guy that turned the chair around and talked to them at the end, right? And so you have to be personal. You have to understand their jury. Just talk to them. That's what trial lawyers don't do, is they're too mechanical and they don't understand this is just some people down the street you're talking to.
Amen, brother. Did you ever read any of Jerry Spence's work, like How to Argue and Win Every Time, How to Tell a Winning Story, and his stuff?
My associates have, but I have not. Believe it or not, I'm kind of weird. I think I got it down. I'm not saying I got it figured out. I really think I've got it figured out. Now that I'm not doing it anymore, I'm just flying around, meeting with my lawyers all over the country. But no, I haven't. I'm not one of those guys. I just kind of do it on my own. I've got it. I think I got it okay.
So where did it come from? So where did you learn your influence skill set?
I grew up as a little country boy, and I'm a tough guy that had to work hard for everything. And I'm still the same guy. And this is, please don't make it arrogant. I mean, I fly in a private jet. We have our own pilots. I have private jets that fly me all over the country. But I'm still the dude that goes back to my little country town. I have a post office box there just to pick up the mail, so it reminds me who I am. I don't change. I'm just the guy down the street. And that's how juries like me. That's all I care about, is I just want the jury to like me. I don't care about my case. It's important, don't get me wrong. But if they don't like you, right, Sean, right, Mark, right, Kumar, that they're not going to buy whatever you have to say. I don't care.
Yeah. Sean, I feel like you just got a BFF in this show. I feel like after this show, like you and Fred are like now BFFs.
So, and everybody, including Fred, we have the largest jury verdict the last decade in the state of Arizona. It was in our case, jury verdict 2006. Which had, I'm sorry?
Fred was trying to say something, but he's muted.
Oh, Fred? Okay. So in that case, the other side hired one of the top jury verdict consulting firms in the country, and they did every surface level lawyer jury verdict consulting trick, and every one of them backfired, and their credibility was destroyed. And it was a month-long federal trial. It was totally nuts. Longer story for a different day. But yes, people do business with people they like or who are like they want to be, period. So I couldn't agree more, Fred. Awesome job, man. Kumar, what did you have for Lucas?
Lucas, great job, man. I think you gave her a compliment in the middle of the thing. You said, you're the top firm for this. She got that compliment. That was really good. Talked about the coffee. I thought overall, I would say, it was a good fit. You talked about what your strengths are. You talked about what your weaknesses are. One thing that I didn't like is you said, you're going to take my 10%. Okay. That's not really, she's trying to add value. And she could have turned that around on you too, but I think we just ran out of time. So I would say you're overall a 9. I would just say edit that one part out.
Excellent job, Kumar. And Mark, what did you have for Lucas?
Lucas, I thought you did great. You engaged in conversation. You were very friendly. If it's your first conversation with somebody, it might have been too friendly, but in general, you got her talking about similar interests, which is always it kind of goes back to what Sean was just talking about you do business with people you like, and so by becoming likable to the person you're talking to, you did that very well. I basically have the same. You didn't do very much wrong, so I had the same comment that Kumar had. And my score would also be a 9.
Nice. Excellent job. Thank you for that. Mark, we're ready for round 2. Bella Verita, are you ready to rock it?
I am ready to rock it.
All right, Lucas, Bella is done with her chat with Tom Cruise, and she is ready to continue discussion. Bella, take us in.
Hello, Lucas. I'm back. We just signed a contract for Mr. Cruise, so sorry about that.
Wow. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. So to continue from where we were off, I just wanted to mention that as I've seen your work and what you do, I feel like we could be a really good partnership. We can build a really good partnership just because I see the level of professionalism that you guys have, and I see the level of professionalism that I'm also trying to work on myself. And I feel like when like-minded minds come together, it's only room for growth and for exponential growth, in this industry. And it's such a big passion of mine. And if it wasn't, I wouldn't be here. If the entertainment industry wasn't a passion of yours, I'm sure you'd be doing something else and you'd be killing it too. And so I think it would be, I would love an opportunity to meet again and converse about options that we can potentially work together.
Yeah, let me ask you this. What do you look for in an agency?
Mm-hmm. To be honest with you, communication. And just a relationship, honestly, a professional, very fun relationship, because I'm looking at to go in the long haul. Like, this is a lifetime, it's a life thing for me. Like, this is what I'm going to be known as. My family, my legacy is going to be through this industry. And I just would love to, you win battles in these wars with an army. And I just want to find my soldiers, the people that are going to work and fight with me, so that we can win this war. And so that's kind of like where I'm coming from.
Fantastic. You have said all the right things. I definitely think that we are aligned.
Yeah, Lucas, excellent job. I love the reference of team, army.
Yep. That was awesome.
Really awesome. How'd that feel for you, Lucas?
It felt great. If every conversation can be this good.
It can be, right?
I know.
Yeah, your mission is huge. Awesome. So, Alex, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Bella Verita is back in the building.
Wow.
She's ready to rock and roll. Take us in, Bella.
Okay.
Hello, Alex. I'm back.
Well, thank you, Bella. So how was your conversation with Gary?
It was enlightening, we'll say.
Wow. I would imagine, because, he spends a lot of time in Clubhouse. So I know he's on the business. So if you're taking a call from him, it means there's an urgency there. So, and I appreciate one of the things that I had time to reflect as you were on your call. And I said, why am I here with Bella? Yeah. I'm here with Bella because Bella is the top. She's the best. She's self-made. She grinds it out and do the things that are important for me. If I'm going to find somebody to cover my back and of course, present me, I want someone who's going to do that and know how to do it well and right. And so you'll get right to the point. You'll let them know what's going on. The target audience that I'm focused on are those individuals that have trouble making decisions in their business. And that is what challenges them with respect to being able to connect with the things that are important for them, be it internally with their people or externally with their clients and their stakeholders. So my particular process covers the entire gamut on both sides of the fence, which introduces some efficiency. And I think you can communicate that best because you've been the queen of business, brokering, and you know what that's like to talk to folks who basically built themselves up by the bootstraps and been able to move forward with what's important for them. So I have a message that rings to those types of individuals. You're the right person to drive what I want and that I need done. We'll make a great team, and we'll just, we'll do it in the best way possible, so where everybody wins. So like, for example, one of the things that motivated me was that little story I told about how I started. I started with a guy who was, on the verge of bankruptcy. I helped him turn around this business. He felt good about himself, and he will also do great things. And so, you're the type of person I think could represent me in the best way possible.
I definitely agree with that, Alex. Thank you for sharing your story and your commitment and what it is that you are up to in the world.
Thank you.
Excellent job, Alex. How'd that feel for you?
Great.
Awesome.
Great.
Alex and Lucas, so you guys ready to have a little bit more fun?
Absolutely.
I'm always down.
I'm ready.
All day, every day. Let's go, Sean.
You get to put me on the hot seat now. You get to put me on the seat, and I'll be anybody you want me to be. So whatever a yes is that I'd be seeking. I've been presidents, Biden and Trump. I've been attorneys and accountants and financial people. I've been car salesmen. But the only caveat is it's got to be integrous influence. So it can't be me trying to sell swampland to somebody. It's got to be real and value. And I got to go from hello to yes, whatever the scenario. You get to set it, or Lucas, you get to pass it along to Alex to set it for me. So Lucas, do you want to keep the option of putting me on the spot, or do you want Alex put me on the spot?
I don't mind. Alex, if you'd like, man, go ahead. I'm indifferent.
Okay. Well, so Alex, do you want to put me, what do you want to have me be?
Well, Sean, I'm sorry. Yes, Sean, one of the things that I see is very important is influence, and you are a powerful, center of influence, and someone like you would be very helpful for me to sanction me if you affirm to others that what I do is integral, that is beneficial to them. I have a track record. I have performance that speaks for itself. I've been able to achieve somewhere between 300 and 1,000% return on investment for my clients within a 90-day period. So I'm looking for someone that can validate that, because sometimes, when you talk to people who think return on investment is about 20%, or
give me one sec. So you want me to be you, and then you'll be me, and so I'll be, because I'm gonna be getting the yes. So I need to be on the spot. So would that be cool if I'm you and then you're me?
Oh yes, absolutely, that would be.
All right, awesome. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so hey Sean, I really appreciated being on the Real Raw. It was a unique experience. I had no idea what was going on. Got like lawyers and actors, and I have no idea how you guys put this together. So congratulations on what you've launched.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what is it that you're doing though? Like I researched, I hear integrous influence, I hear business growth and scaling, I hear names and people and stuff and jury verdicts. But what's the mission, Sean? Like, what is it that you're looking to do?
Wow. What we're looking to do is to connect people to their core, and be able to deliver that in the most authentic way possible that allows both parties to be served. And that's the essence of what we're trying to do. And of course, but what it does is enables us to more effectively share that with others. And so you have this sort of arithmetic type of experience where you've got the synergistic activity that's happening there that everybody benefits in. And that creates a better world and a better market for everybody.
Wow. So Sean, that's what you mean, I guess, by integrity.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm hearing you say is that integrity means adding more value than you're taking. Is that what you're saying, Sean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. And what is it though that drives you to do that? I'm hearing it's like, I don't know your complete story, but it sounds like things have gone pretty well financially. And what is driving you to do the things you're doing and the show and speaking, and why do you care much about that?
You know what matters. You know what matters. At the end of the day, when all this, you look at everything around you, what matters is how we connect with each other and the quality of engagement that we have. That's all that matters.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I know you gave me 3 minutes. I've used 2 of them because I studied your work. But I mean it for real. I wanted to know and understand you a little bit more. So thank you.
Right.
So in this final minute, would it be okay if I shared a little bit about myself?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. So again, my name is Alex. I think that in a capitalist structure, people suffer. And they suffer because they feel like they have to make choices between money, time, and magic. They have to decide whether they want to have that second home or their first home. And they could be at their kids' games, or they could take their family on a trip. They have to make those choices. And ultimately, so many people think that with their complex emotional relationship with money, that they can't have the feelings they want. They can't lay their head down on the pillow at the end of the day and feel like they've made the world a greater place. And Sean, I don't believe that's true. And so many people in the world want to be coaches, consultants, trainers, and all the things. And I respect their heart. I respect their desire, but there needs to be a skill set. And again, as Alex, I have that skill set. I have a track record to prove it. I have dozens of clients you could talk to. I return from many of my clients between 300 and 1,000%. But more importantly than money, I teach them to scale and teach their people to scale. It's not about having a kingdom where you rule and people suffer. It's about having a kingdom where people can build their own integrous kingdoms. And that's what my work stands for. And if that resonates for you, I would love an opportunity to compete with anybody in the real raw, to show what I can do, and more importantly, to have an opportunity for a longer meeting to unpack some of my technology. Sean, how would that sound to you?
Sounds like a plan. When can we start?
Out of roll.
Interruption, touchdown. I'm interrupting, touchdown.
Thank you. Alex, how did that feel for you? Is that who you are, who I just shared?
That's who I am, because that's where I started. I started with helping. I didn't start with chasing the dollar. It was a guy that was on the verge of, needed help, and he needed somebody to step up for him. And so I did. Yeah. And that's what you did. So Thank you. That was very powerful.
I don't know if you guys know, I am blind. So we call it unblinded. I'm actually blind. So I don't know who said touchdown. Who was that?
That was Fred.
Fred.
Thank you, Fred. How'd that feel for you, Fred?
Frederick, I have to say touchdown when things are touchdown. That's all I have to say. Nothing else to say. Touchdown.
Thank you.
Like Sean, okay, Sean. After seeing that, I was like, please do me. Can you do me for a second? Like, I gotta see this. Like, please, come on, let's get excited. If you can, I'd love that.
I would love to. To be honest, I do it every day. And I would. There's a lot more for us to do together. You guys have been super patient. I started late. I apologize for the late start today, and for the time integrity breach. That's on me. I am sorry. So I'd love to get to the judges to get in that second round a little bit of feedback for Alex and Lucas, because I'm going to tell you this. This has been, and you can watch, I don't say this every day. I do not. And who cares what I say? But to the extent that it matters to you, this has been an extraordinary group of people. The influence level, the accomplishments, really appreciate it very, very much in being here. And so just quickly with the judges, if we could, in this order, this time instead with Mark. Mark, if you could give some feedback in this round, because you gave feedback to Alex last time, I think, correct?
Lucas.
I'm sorry. This time, can you give it to Alex, Mark?
Sure. I thought that you did very well this time, Alex. You brought it back to talking about, what you're looking for, and it became more of a pitch about what you wanted. About wanting to work with the distributor, kind of selling yourself. So that was very good. I liked how you brought in the team and the win-win. I'd overall give your performance a 9 out of 10 on this one.
Nice. Excellent feedback. Mark, appreciate you being here today and all your attention and energy. How'd you feel about the show?
I thought this was great. I think I also got lucky to be in a room with so many great people. I'm learning a lot today.
Thank you, brother. And we feel blessed as well. Thank you. Let's go. Kumar, what do you have for Alex?
Alex, I mirror what Mark said. I think you did a lot better job here. You articulated your why. You really sort of pitched it nicely. I think, you talked a couple of times about, where you came from. You were self-made. I think that could have been a good connection with Bella as well. Overall, I would say a 9 is a fair score. And I think this round went a lot better than the last one did. So congrats.
Kumar, thank you for that and for being here today. And how did you feel about your day on the Real Raw?
Oh, it was really great, Sean. Really glad to see you do Alex. I think that was really good to kind of know what Alex has just done and then watch you do it. Really inspiring and inspirational, and really getting to the value of someone and then what they value and then pitching them on that value instead of just sending your own message. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Kumar. Great job.
Stepping away.
Okay, enjoy. Belle, we'll see you in a minute. Fred, please, what'd you have for Lucas?
Lucas, excellent job. And I think it's not fair to Alex, just so you know, I'm going to really quickly say Alex went from a 7 to a 9. Good job. Lucas, what I loved about you is you told your passion at the very beginning and the why. You did that. You nailed it. The why is the most important thing. I gave you, and by the way, an 8 on your first one. I gave you a 9 on this one. Good job.
Nice. And Fred, you certainly have the credentials and background to be giving out some scores on influence, my friend. And thank you for being here. How was your time today?
Loved it. I appreciate meeting wonderful people, and people, in all honesty, it's new and I don't know everybody in detail, but I can tell there's people with integrity. That's what I care about.
Yeah, and appreciate all the work you're doing in the world to fight for justice and creating leverage and scale to do it on a mass with mass impact. So thank you, Fred. Abisha, what do you have for Lucas?
It was great. I loved that you brought up how you would be really working as a team. It's not just a solo effort. It makes it more mission focused, so that everyone feels like, they're on the same page and they're striving towards one goal. So I thought that was really nicely done with the story and the imagery that you brought up while speaking to her. So yeah, 9, solid 9.
Nice, excellent. And Abisha, how was your day on the Real Raw today?
I think it was great. I loved connecting with people in my field and so many people outside of my field too, and how we can all sort of come together, on this mutual ground of, when you're pitching and when you're connecting with people. So I think I'm taking a lot away today.
Yeah, and congratulations on your enormous success in what you're building, what you're doing as well. It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Lucas, how'd you enjoy your time today? I know you have a lot of big things going on yourself, my friend. Appreciate you. How was it today on the Real Raw?
This was it was very interesting because to me it's not every day that I do this and I practice my pitch or I practice my with other professionals in so many different areas that it's so important. And so I appreciate you guys pulling this together, bringing this new venue, this new resource that we can use to get other people's perspective outside of your little bubble, because oftentimes we get stuck in our own little bubbles, right? So this was a way to get out of the bubble, to get perspectives from everywhere else, because perception is reality, and my goal in life is to be the best version of myself in all areas. So it's really nice to hear this feedback from all different areas. So it was a very good experience, a great experience to say the least. So thank you so much for doing this, Sean.
Thank you, Lucas. Really appreciate you being here. And Alex, how was it today for you? Great job.
I'm back.
I am humbled. I am humbled because, everything was heartfelt. The insight from all of the judges, was spot on. And Sean, I just think it's incredible that, you have this another dimension that you go into. And rarely do I have a chance to see and experience that, because in my background, it's a spiritual place. We're talking about this with Sedona. And so you've got even the light on your screen is like, whoa, like you're being influenced by the divine or something. But nonetheless, it was just amazing, to get this insight because, for me, I'm taking a hard subject and trying to make it soft and still keep it hard enough to be able to accomplish the things that are on very non-zero sum way in a zero sum environment. And so this was a very special way for me to even look at myself. So I thank everyone for providing me with this audience and also an opportunity to gain more insight. Yeah. So I can do my work better.
And listen, for straight up, this is 5 out of 6 males on today. and that usually creates a demographic towards Zeus energy. This has been the highest level of goddess vibrational energy that's appeared on The Real Raw with a 5 out of 6 male day. You guys were extraordinary, straight up. So wonderful job. Bella Verita, talking about goddess energy. What say you in final?
I have definitely enjoyed this show. I think as far as like enjoying a show, this has probably been like my most favorite of enjoyment, just with the level of stature, knowledge, fun, like you talk about the variances of all 4 energies, like we had all of them today. And speaking of the variance of 4 energies, is every Monday night, Sean unpacks what the Unblinded formula is to grow and scale your businesses. And it's a personal invite for everybody that is on The Real Raw. So if you would like an invitation to that, just put yes in the chat and the team will get you that invitation. So, and that is just a personal kind of one-on-one-ish session with Sean where he unpacks how to unpack value and how to go from hello to yes. That demonstration that he just did, he can do all of that again on Monday night and actually show you the formula for that. So the team will get you an invitation for that. And then every morning at 9 a.m. on Clubhouse as well. And just want to say thank you, everyone, for joining us. Oh, and a superhero from the Unblinded team is going to reach out to you, like to see how your experience was on The Real Raw. You want to take that call because they'll unpack value and give you some like super secret Jedi information. So you definitely want to take that call. Back to you, Sean.
Could be Batman or Green Arrow or Aquaman or Spider-Man or Thor. Who knows? So Bella Verita, you are extraordinary. Couldn't appreciate you more. And one more time, everybody here today, Abisha, Fred, Kumar, Mark, Alex, Lucas, thank you for your time on this fun Friday. Bella Verita, we are all blind.
And just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye, guys. Stay safe. God bless.